Okay. So Blood Iron Orphans came out, and then 4 new Gundams came out on top of that. And during that year, Bandai comes out with like 1 new Gundam a year, or like 1 new variation of a Gundam a year. So like Endless Waltz is like the most famous Western, I will say the most famous Western type of Gundam out there is Endless Waltz series. The reason being they're the most colorful and they're most abstract when it comes to what a Gundam looks like. Like literally Gundam Wing has wings. It doesn't work in space. Anyway, so that was like their last biggest line. Then the Iron-Blooded Orphans came out and it did not do so well. But the reason I think it didn't do so well is it was not very, what's the word? Creative. Just wasn't very creative in a Gundam set. So this is what's been happening this past year. Bandai never makes an appearance like they just did at C2E2. And it was completely like unannounced. Like just, you walked in, bam, Gundams. And you're like, what the hell? You go in, already in 2020, they've dropped 2 regular grades new. It's March 5th. Like, that's unheard of that they've dropped those many already. And when you went into the store, stop, this is really just saying.
Keep going,
okay.
This is fascinating.
So when you went into the store and you saw everything that they had on sale, they had a Tallgeese 3, just fucking, it was awesome. It was
a Tallgeese 3?
Shut up, you don't know what that is. Anyway, so and now Bandai just announced Bandai P, or P Bandai, so that's like Western, that's like the site to buy stuff.
What does the P stand for?
I don't really remember, and that's fine. I really don't. I knew it a long time ago and just never cared.
Okay, what is a Western identity that could be with a P?
Product Bandai. It's probably what it stands for, but I know it's not what it stands for. But I don't know.
Pilfered Bandai. I don't know.
Philanthropist Bandai.
Well, that's not very Western at
No,
all.
not at all. But
anyway.
Yeah, sorry. So that happened at C2E2. The sale came out. These limited editions came out, and they were really cheap. I got my limited edition clear coat regular grade Zazabi for $50. It goes for $200 online. And I bought it directly from Bandai. Anyway, so that happened. They dropped 2 new regular grades in 2020. And then they just announced last week that they're having a huge sale in April. And they released everything that they're going to have on sale. And it's like insane shit is going for cheap. So like this, guys, this is the time to buy Gundams. Anyway, it just was insane. And so it was like you add all these little things up. You look at the manga series. The manga series went off on some weird tangent. And you're like, well, that can't be animated. That's stupid. Well, yeah, it can. Because the reason it's leading up is because they're about to drop new Gundams. New Gundam line. Holy shit. Getting an animated series. It just makes sense. We've been theorizing for days. And I'm super excited. Something is about to happen. Bandai has not done this since, like, late 1990s.
Or they're going out of business.
Don't say that.
We're like that meme of progressively more cerebral things. Yeah. And, like, you think the smartest answer is the one in the middle. Mm-hmm. But then it goes a step further.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that. No. Hopefully they're not going out of business, but I don't see that anytime soon, considering that they just built 2 what would be considered life-size Gundams that can walk.
No, I think you have a really good theory. It makes sense to me. From what I learned from that show, The Toys That Made Us on Netflix. It totally matches up with everything that you're saying, is when they create new toy lines.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what started my theory, is I was noticing, like, oh my god. And it all clicked when Steve and I were talking, and he said something about, like, well, you know why the manga even came out? It was because they wanted to build toy robots. And I was like, they wanted to sell toys. And it was like, ding, 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 like, all this shit just, like, went off in my head. And I'm like, oh my god! They're gonna drop one! It's gonna be a new animated series! Now, the only thing is, Steve and I have a feeling that it's gonna be in 3D, and we're gonna be fucking pissed. Upset. We both really do not like 3D anime. We like the 2.5D, which, what's an anime?
Are you talking about, like, Knights of Sidonia and
Yes.
Dragon Prince?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. We're okay with that.
I'm not okay with that.
But the straight-up 3D stuff, we're not okay with. Well, because it's Gundam. That kind of, like, coloration and the fact that it's mostly this sci-fi, like, space age kind of anime, that goes really well. I wouldn't watch that for, like, you know, like Ancient Magus Bride, if that was in 2.5, that would be really awful. I don't like, I wouldn't watch a Gate if Gate came out in 2.5. Like, stuff like that I wouldn't watch. But Gundam, I would totally watch in 2.5. Totally. It'd probably be even, like, more badass.
Good to know.
Dude, a fucking series is gonna drop. I'm so excited. I just know it. Go on record. March 5th, 2020. Kimi calls it. Bandai is totally gonna be dropping a Gundam anime.
Are you ready to talk about D&D?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.